This is Andy Kennedy, and this is Water Catchment at our Yurt Castle on Shambhala in eastern Tennessee. And during our deck build, we realized we'd have enough space underneath the deck for water catchment. We can't catch water off the roofs, so we had to get really creative on how to do our water catchment system. And we started with a 1,550-gallon water tank that we purchased from Tank Depot, and we put under the deck. And then above that, we put roofing panels on 1x1s. And so we began with one section and we broke it into 4 sections. The total area is 16 by 20 and the tank is 1,550, like I said. So it estimates to fill, pretty much fill in 2 months' time. This is a graph of the average rainfall in Rogersville, Tennessee per month, which is the midline there, 100 millimeters or 4 inches of rain. So if you do the math, which is coming up on the next slide here, an inch of rainfall on a square foot of surface area yields 0.623 gallons of water. And so you multiply that by your square foot to get the total gallons per rain event. So if it rains 3 to 4 inches per month, we're going to fill that tank, like I said, in 2 months. And best practices are to think about droughts as well. So, maybe we go a long spell without water. But then look at your water bill to gauge how much you use. We figure we can make that 1,550-gallon tank last about 6 months here for us if we had to. But you can also get additional tanks for overflow. This is a little slide, a little fast video of our member Carol and I, one of my best friends, and she is doing this Shambhala Community and Permaculture Education Center with us. And here we are putting up the 1x1, so we're affixing them to the deck and on both sides, and then doing a cross beam. This is us talking it through and measuring it out and doing a cross beam across. And then we're going to slide the roofing panels on top of that. This is just our first iteration. We are likely probably going to have to replace those panels because we got heavy snow this year. And they sagged a little bit in that heavy snow because they're still open. Next year, the decking will be complete. The decking's not all complete on top. So we had unfortunately had some snow load on that this year. But luckily, it's an easy fix. These are just 1x1s. Eventually, we may reinforce those 1x1s with something a little bit stronger as well. But once the decking's up there, the water's going to slide through the decking cracks and drop onto those roofing panels, which overlap. And you'll see Carol and I switching it around to be able to put it in the right spot there and tuck it in. We have to tuck them around the posts. And currently, they are just weighted down with some 2x4s. So those will eventually be affixed to those 1x1s. And that's us getting all excited that we finished here. So here's the full lap of just one section. So this section is just 8 feet by about 20 feet. And that's what it looks like under the deck. So we also purchased a gutter first flush system from Tank Depot. And I did some figuring to go around a bend. So one side is longer, and that's based on the joists that are under the deck. And we had to wrap that around those joists. So here are some parts that we got from Tank Depot. And we're measuring, what this first flush is. So the first flush system is designed to take out the sediment. So it's going to wash off the sediment, and then once that's full, it runs into the tank. So then the next steps for us are we're working on the PEX system going into the house. The water will go through a 1/4 horsepower pump and then a pressure tank and a filtration system and into our propane hot water heater. The total cost of our system was about $2,800 that we purchased from Tank Depot. So a little more than that for the other 3 parts I just mentioned. But it'll pay itself back in about 3 years. So keep following us for more videos.